Hello and welcome. This is John Bloom of Bloom Consulting, and today we're going to be talking about Tableau, which is a visualization tool to connect to data, find visualizations and insight and meaning in your data, and then based on that, those interpretations, you can make decisions and manage the business. So the first step is that we downloaded the product from the Tableau website, and we're currently using the trial version, in which we have 8 days remaining. So what I like to do first is to go ahead and connect to my database, which we have here. And this is called SQL Server 2012, and essentially it's got a few databases on it. As you can see shortly, it'll connect, and then from there, what we'll do is we'll minimize the screen so that it shows up better on the screen. And then first off, I'd like to continue the trial. So we have 8 days remaining, and that'll load the Tableau software. So Tableau has been around for a while. I believe they're located in Seattle, Washington, in America. So here you can see that we have the Tableau IDE loaded on the computer. So the first thing we like to do is to see that we can connect to data sources. So anyway, what you do is you take the connect, and in this case, we're going to connect to a server, and it'll be the SQL server. So what we'll do is we'll click on that, and I'll just go ahead and click on local host, which means connect to my local machine. We'll click OK, and hopefully we'll get authorized with our credentials. And from there, we'll have databases available, and from the databases, we will select a few tables. In this case, we'll see option to select the database. We'll choose the AdventureWorks Data Warehouse 2012, which is pretty much a standard database that's used in the Microsoft world for demos and such. So in a standard data warehouse, we have dimension tables and fact tables. The dimensions are like objects, person, places, and things. And then you have the fact tables, which are the measures, which are the currencies, amounts, dollars, sums. So in this case, you see that we have a few fact tables to choose from. We'll go ahead and click on table, perhaps. In this case, we'll just choose internet sales. So we'll go ahead and drag that over here. And then you'll see that the fields are across the screen, which is nice. And then you can update now or automatic updates. I think we usually choose the automatic update. So that means if new data appears in the database, it'll pop up in your IDE browser. Also, you can sort the fields, different options. You can show aliases and show hidden fields. And also in this IDE, you can select the number of rows to be displayed. So that's good. So as you can see, we're connected to localhost SQL Server. We chose our database. We have a ton of tables to choose from. And down here, we have our worksheet, and it's prompting us to go to worksheet. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so within Tableau, the worksheet is a common theme used throughout, and we can go ahead and rename this by right-clicking and doing this. So we see internet sales. And there you go. So from there, we have these things called dimensions, which we stated are objects, person, places, and things. And it kind of derived those from the fact table, because we didn't bring in any dimensions. It kind of like deduced that these fields are potential candidates for dimensions. And then we also have our measures, which are the dollar amounts, pretty much, and the counts and the sums and the averages. So in this case, we have unit price, and we'll go ahead and drag that onto our columns, and it automatically creates a graph. In this case, it selected the bar graph, I believe, and we'll go ahead and add perhaps something else. What should we choose? Let's go ahead and choose the order date key and drop that in there. So as you can see, it dynamically went and pulled the data from the SQL Server database, and based on the column selection and the row selection, it created this graph. Now we could easily modify that by clicking here, or perhaps pie chart, or perhaps this one. And you can see it's really versatile and easy to use. So there are other things you can do, such as color, for example. We can choose the product key and just drag that on top of color, and it changes dynamically. There's other features such as size and labels. All of it's customizable. Tooltips. and the details. So within the chart, you can do a variety of stuff. If we right click, you can see the view data. Go ahead and click on that, and that's nice. You can export it. Let's see what else. You can format, labels, annotate, trend lines, and forecast. Keep only in group. So that's that. You can also select on specific product keys, and the color will highlight accordingly on the chart. There's also other options where you can set the legend, the titles, aliases. You can sort, keep, and exclude. So that's what we have there. We also have this analytics tab, which has a couple pre-built functions. There's different ways that you can size the chart and graph. There's also the presentation mode, which is here. It's quite large, which is nice. And then press escape when you're back. We can go ahead and save this to our desktop. Well, that's fine. It's right there. So my Tableau repository. And you can actually add new data sources, new worksheets. You can duplicate the sheet, clear, a bunch of other stuff. So that's that. What you typically want to do is create these series of worksheets and then add a new dashboard. So that's what we'll go ahead and do, and we'll rename our dashboard accordingly. We'll just call it Bloom Consulting Dashboard. And from there, you'll see that our worksheet is already available for selection, and we'll go ahead and just drag that onto the canvas, like so. And there's our worksheet. It's also modifiable in real time, so we can change the chart type. That's a nice one, like that. So there's your dashboard, and likewise you can also view that in the real time, which is nice. And the next thing we have is a story, and that's the next iteration in the hierarchy. And you can create a new story, and we'll call it story. And what's nice is you can drag your dashboard onto the canvas. You can add a caption, consulting story, and likewise you can view that in the editor, and it's also modifiable. So that's nice. View the data. So that's that. Press the escape key and you're back. So typically, what would you do with this? Well, you can analyze on your desktop, which is a nice feature, or you can upload to the Tableau online server, the public server. You can publish your data source, the workbook. So what you would do is you'd upload this file to the server for distribution and consumption and collaboration on the server. So that's that. So that's how it works. There's worksheets, dashboards, and stories, and a server, and you can upload the thing to the server, and that's basically how it works. Now, we just gave an example of connecting to SQL Server. However, you can connect to a variety of data sources, like I said earlier. It's really amazing. This is the next iteration in reporting. I've been doing reports since '96, perhaps, maybe earlier, and started off with Crystal Reports, which is a great product, and it's still used today. But the nice thing about these the new visualizations tools is that they're derived specifically for business users, perhaps, and analysts and end users, so that they can quickly connect to almost any data source, bring in their connection, bring in their data, connect to their data, and then begin to interrogate the data until it reveals its insights. So this is a great product, and like I said, you can connect to a variety of data sources, and the list just keeps growing. So with the world of technology increasing in complexity every day, it's nice to have tools like this that allow you to simplify and get a handle on your data so that you can manage your business, reduce cost, and increase sales. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. This is John Bloom of Bloom Consulting. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks. Bye.